Hello and welcome to Stars in the Dark. This is episode 30, which is crazy. I started saying the episode numbers are crazy, but this is crazy. So I think it's episode 8 in season 3, somewhere thereabouts at least. Yeah. Last session, we got into doing the smuggling from 1313 to 1314, the medicine that one of the people you rescued and Mark disappeared. One of the people you rescued from 1313, one of the relatives of an imperial. She needed a certain type of eel oil that's illegal on 1314, but it is legal on 1313. And you basically set up the supply line by adapting a droid to this task. However, to make it work fully, you need to transfer ownership, register the droid, and transfer ownership to someone in House Nirumal. And that did quite work out as it should. Etema was meeting with AC from the Alderaan Expatriate Network, but Stormtrooper patrol showed up, and Etema got into a fight that didn't turn out so well. They picked her up. They in a speeder. They escaped. Bade's little droid, BD8, drove the speeder for a bit. Etema and Bade got out. The speeder continued on to distract the pursuit, and Bade and Etema managed to get to the Rathtaki Enclave. And that's where we ended things last session. So I'll go through the wishes from last time. We have some from previous, I think. Yeah, I think I've got most of those here. If there's anything missing, then please let me know. Continue to explore the flashback mechanics, push for more turf, see the park on 1314, an interlude with Valsi and Roslin. That won't be this session. I want Kai to be here for that. More action sequences, and also trying to figure out how to make Blades as good at the non-fighty stuff that it is for the fighty stuff. The same tension and action. See Val patch up some other PCs, someone from Val's past to show up, fallout at the Rathtaki Enclave. I don't know how you say that.
I say Enclave.
Enclave, yeah, cool. Enclave. I think that's it for new wishes. We probably have some old ones that are still relevant. Find ways to contact Brienne Kernock, see Dirty Stormies, find out more about PC backstories, establish a new normal. I think we're we're getting there, but that's what we're working on. Test the trust between the PCs, see Babe grow, do jobs for Scarbo and or the Hutt Cartel.
There we go.
Oh, welcome back. I've just been going through what happened last session, so now you don't know, and the wishes. Get the vengeful ability into play, internal conflicts between rebel factions, see how things work out with Becker, see the new stuff on 1314, and the hovering donut shop. Yeah. Cool. So, Mark, what happened last session was mainly that they started doing a job, setting up a smuggling yeah, you were there for the planning, I think, or at least we talked about it. They prepared a droid with a secret compartment that's going to travel from 1313 to 1314. But they want the ownership of the droid to be with House Niromal as a cover. And that's the only part that's left to set up. Etema tried to do it by contacting AC, who's part of the Alderaan expatriate network. But the Stormtrooper Patrol showed up, and Etema couldn't not fight them. So, here we are. Yeah. Is there anything else we should remember from last session? No? Cool.
You mentioned where we were headed, right?
Sorry?
You mentioned where Etema and they were headed.
You
right?
were headed to the Ratataki Enclave.
Yeah, good.
Etema is very badly beat up. Lady's fine, I think.
Kind of stressed, but that's about it. If I recall correctly, the Ratataki Enclave knows that someone was recording stuff.
Yeah,
They know.
That information probably hasn't gotten to them yet because you like sped there right away from the fight. But it is likely to or maybe not. Who knows? It was a Ratataki who was recording, but who knows? Maybe they live somewhere completely different. Maybe they're just tourists from a different level. That's likely, right? Could happen. So I think we're going to jump into this with Boko, actually. I think you are somewhere where you could be reached, somewhere where you're close to like will probably have to be on the ship, I think, unless you're hanging out in a different place, where you have like a proper comms console.
Yeah, keeping an eye on folks on the ship sounds like a good place to be.
Yeah, so you get a call from Esnada. She was escorting the droid, like keeping an eye on it to make sure it got through everything fine. And when customs started to like question it, she jumped in and made sure they got through. But now she's calling you, and she's using. I think there has to be like the equivalent of phone booths or something, like comms, public use comms stations.
Yeah.
Because the way I imagine this, like a personal comms unit won't work between levels because there's there's too much interference. And she's calling you, and you got this like semi the usual holograph interface, so you can see her, and I think you can sometimes see like the droid poking its head over her shoulder because the droid is very chatty. The droid wants to be in on the conversation. But what Esnada says is, we get through customs here on 1314, but I can't get in touch with Etema. Something's wrong. She was supposed to set up the registration, but I don't know what happened.
Oh, let me see if I can get a hold of her then. Stay where you are.
Yeah, and she tells you where she is. She is somewhere. She's close to the docks.
Cool.
On 1314.
Great. I'll call you back and let you know what I find out. And beep. And try and get Etema on the comms. All channels.
Yeah. I think if you want to try to contact her directly, I think I'd like to see some sort of role, because like you have this problem with the personal comms and that sort of thing, but maybe you can figure out some way around that.
Yeah. Sounds like a tinker.
Could be. Yeah.
Mm, this might
Boost the
be-
signal.
Yeah. See if I can remember anything
Reverse the
more about me.
polarity.
Yeah, it sounds like a stressful situation, so I'm going to push myself on that. Get an extra die there. Cool. So we're going to tinker the.
It's yeah, right. So you have 1 die in tinkers. You're at 2 dice. I could offer you a devil's bargain that if you boost the signal like this, it's likely that someone will overhear it. It will get like picked up by other receivers.
The
intended one.
I don't think I'm going to take that. I already rolled. I got a 3, so
Ah,
that might happen anyway.
Okay. I tried. So this is, you're in a controlled situation here. So I think either you can withdraw and try a different approach, like you notice that that you're not getting through. Try again with a risky position. I think that would mean that you're boosting the power more than you're sure beyond what's safe for the comms
Right.
console.
Is the ship on 1313 now?
I think you're on 1313, yes, because you fixed the droid on 1313 and sent it through there. So I don't think you've moved the ship.
Yeah, maybe trying a different way. Yeah, I like the power boosting idea. I was wondering if we could move the ship, but that sounds like a bit much. Yeah, let's do that. Let's couple some power converters and hook up a couple extra dingles there.
The Tashi maneuver.
Yeah. You know what, I'm gonna
So
push
that
myself
means you're
again.
risky.
Yeah. I'm gonna push myself again. I think I will take a devil's bargain if you have one for this one.
Could be the same one. It could also be that whatever happens, the comms unit will be overheated. So you'll only be able to talk for like a couple of minutes, and then it will need to cool off. So it will take a while before you can use it.
Yeah, I like that one. That was good. Cool. So that's 3 dice to tinker the comms harder. Okay, that's a 5.
That's a 5. So you do it with a consequence. Harm, a complication, reduced effect of your position becomes desperate. It's not moving to desperate. I think you can get through, but there's going to be a lot of interference. So you probably can't. You won't be able to hear everything. There will be like some breakup in the signal.
Cool. Sounds good.
I'm not sure how to simulate this here, but I guess you'll just have to play through it.
Sweet.
But you do manage to raise Etema's personal comms. I think you can get Bade. Bade can answer. Bade or Etema can answer. I think since you're going out on all channels, you can get either of them, or either of you two can answer. And I think this is your. I think you're in the Ratataki enclave, but you haven't made contact with anyone there.
Ooh, I wonder what that looks like. And
I
we're
think
also trying to
like, because I mean enclave, it's a few blocks of the city, so you're like walking down the street, and so you're within the territory, but you haven't really talked to anyone.
Nice. Okay. So we see some signs in Ratatak and
Yeah.
see a few people working and walking the streets, and there's all these like chalk white skin folks, and very few of them have tattoos. Yeah, I like that. I like that.
And they I mean, there's a couple who have spotted you, and I mean, it's noticeable that Etema is injured, but they haven't said anything or moved towards you.
Yeah, I think Bade is supporting Etema's weight a good bit. Luckily, Etema's kind of small. And then the comm, like we actually get the call from Boko.
Yeah.
Cool. I imagine Etema reflexively trying to move for the comm that she has in her like front pocket and grunting from the pain. But she just grits her teeth and pushes through it and pulls up the little lipstick case comm unit. And it's, maybe she has a little thing that she could pull out to put in her ear, but she just hits the button because it's me and Bade. Bade who saved my life. So she likes me now. Go for Etema.
Esnada's looking for you. Says you didn't make the arrangements for pickup. Is everything okay over there? Up there?
No, it's bad.
What happened?
Entanglements.
Imperial entanglements?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bade saved me, but I'm not doing great, and I don't know if they're looking for me.
Where are you now?
She'd probably drop coordinates and not say I'm in the Ratataki quarter, but just like at the corner of so and so in the 4th district kind of deal. Actually, now I want to see 1314, and we go into our awesome map. They are. Oh wait, you actually have that in the, I think, listed in the Ratataki Enclave. Is the Enclave one of our factions? Please say it.
It's under citizenry.
Oh, it's not listed
yeah.
though. It's not listed where. It says okay. That's fine.
Yeah, it's on 1314. It's
there they are. They have their own picture. They're on
There
the
we go.
south side. Yeah, we're in the south side near the Glitz.
Can one of you let Esnada know what's going on?
Oh, I didn't.
Do you need me to come there?
Looked Bade.
This is when the call cuts out. The
Nice.
console is overheated, and you have to like pull the plug before it explodes or something that technology does when it overheats. So
On it a little bit.
let's stay with Etema and Bade. You're in the Enclave, and now people are starting to look at you and yeah, what do? You're maybe a block away from the bakery where you've talked to the other person before.
Oh, let's get to the bakery. There's
I think
somebody
Bade-
there who knows me.
Bade looks out and is like, "Little help," as Etema's kind of leaning on her and she's struggling a little bit with that weight, and is like, "Little help," and I don't know if Ratataki would help.
Make a roll for it. We'll see.
Okay.
Consort.
Oh yeah. Okay. I'll do that.
Sure.
I'll just roll consort flat because I don't have a lot of skin in this game. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, I got a 6.
Nice.
Beauty.
Yeah. There's a couple, a man and a woman, who move forward. She has a couple of tattoos. His has clearly been removed. Like he used to have them, but they've been removed. They're in their like. You don't really know. They're older than Etema is clear, but you don't really know how to tell age on Ratataki.
I think we see whenever they step up to help a little bit, I think Bade's eyes widen a little bit, like she wasn't expecting help, she was expecting just to mouth off a little bit. It was like, oh, okay.
Nice.
Friends of yours? I think leans over to Etema. Friends of yours?
Hope so.
You've never seen them before.
Yeah, maybe. She says, hopefully.
And they move forward. The man he like supports Etema from the other side, from Bade, and the woman she looks concerned, like, oh, what's happened? What do you need?
It was an accident. You know, our busted up speeder's back there, and we're just headed to the bakery. My friend here says she knows someone there. I'm and you know, I think we'll be okay once we get there.
Yeah, I think it's pretty. I mean, you can maybe are you because I think it's pretty clear that Etema's been. I mean, she's got blaster burns.
Yeah.
Maybe you can play that off. Are you just trying to give a cover story, or are you actually trying to deceive them?
I think Etema will cut in and say 300 credits is in it for you. Just get me to the bakery.
Cool. Yeah, I think I want a roll for that.
Sure.
From Etema. I think you're in a risky position, but I think you have increased effect, because you
Nice.
are Ratataki and you're clearly in trouble, and yeah.
It works against me, but I want to roll consort, even though I'm better at swaying.
And I can assist you.
Ooh.
I get 2
Yeah.
free assists per score. I think this is my second.
Cool.
Okay, so I'm rolling 2 dice then. Here we go. A 6.
Yeah. Oh, of course. We'll get to there. It's just over here, and they both. I think they kind of take over from Bade with or actually the woman goes ahead and I mean, there's not a huge amount of traffic, but she like checks to make sure the way is clear. You kind of figure that she's actually looking for stormtrooper patrols or the like.
Good.
Or
I want her to.
and she kind of waves. She like goes up to the corner and waves you forward, and they get you to the bakery. And now I need to find
Gimmick, if that's who you're looking for. She is on C122.
120. Thank you. Yeah.
She's very pretty. I want
Yeah,
to kiss. I want to
she's,
kiss her, but she makes bakery too.
You stumble into the bakery, and it's got this tiny little like cafeteria part. There's just a couple of small tables there, and she comes out from behind the counter and oh, what's happened?
I got in trouble. I just need to get patched up and I'll get out of here.
Yeah, I think I want another roll for this to see how she reacts, because you were there, you helped them set up the community center, that sort of thing. Now you're showing up all bloody and injured and not going to a hospital. So
These are all true statements. It looks suspicious.
mhm.
I do think at this point I'm going to use sway So yeah, I'm gonna try to sway her with an emotional. And I mean, why not, right? I had to take a third freaking trauma, so I'll burn a couple stress to let the weariness show as I ask for help from her. Here we go. 4
That's a
On the-
4.
on the die I paid for, so yay.
I think they don't really, they're not like hanging around waiting for payment,
Sure.
that sort of thing. But they
Oh, she would. She would 100% pay.
Yeah. They help you inside, and then I think the man he stays inside, stands up kind of in the doorway, and she goes outside, and she's like across the street, looking from side to side, clearly looking for if someone shows up who might be trouble, and like ready to signal to him. So I think there's some sort of consequence here. Yeah, she's going to help you, but you're going to lose a tick mark on your, or lose a check mark on your befriend the Ratataki community.
Oh, harsh.
You can resist that if you want.
I definitely got to resist that. I got to resist that. I'm so close. I almost befriended them.
Mm-hmm.
Certainly going to resist that. I think. Yeah, I think I'm gonna resist it with some kind of insight. So let me resist. Oh, let's see. Is there anything? Our smugglers gives us resistance on everything, or just fighting?
Yeah.
Okay.
All resistance rolls.
All resistance. God, the best. We are
It's
so.
that ability is just crazy.
5. So it costs me a
5 is
stress.
fine. Yeah.
A
I
small
should
price to
note,
pay.
on the current job tab, I put up a couple of clocks. I have one for Vruvo, but that's not relevant right now. That's just I wanted you to see how things are going for him.
I need to re-roll that because I got shot in the back. I should be at -1D on everything, right?
It's not on everything. It's on relevant.
Okay, so
rolls.
so the other stuff I rolled 1 to me dice, and I'm sorry for that, but
No.
I think your roll is good because you rolled 4 die, but I think you should have had 5 because of the bonus that we have. You have 4 in insight, right?
I have 3 in insight.
Oh, okay.
I don't. I mean, the -1 die, that is on things
I'm almost
that are
positive it doesn't
relevant
affect
because you've
resist. You're
been.
right. Okay, things that are relevant, that being shot in the die would be okay. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Okay,
Same
thank
with a less effect. It's
Okay,
not
that makes sense.
on everything. It's just when it matters.
Okay, thank you.
So you take a stress. Yeah, I put a couple of clocks on the current job tab. One is for Etema Bade get to safety, and one is for stormtroopers find Etema Bade. I've given you 2 ticks. I started with 1 tick on the stormtroopers clock because of the recording, and now you gain 2 ticks on getting to safety because you have some people who are helping you. And I think actually you should get a tick for talking to Boko as well. He can like set things up. He's talked to Esnada. So you're in a improved situation. Yeah, she. I'll get someone, and I think she sends the man in the couple off to, and she tells him, go get. Actually, let me go get Aviru. I'll put the name in chat. And then she helps Bade carry you, or yeah, half carry you into the back of the bakery.
So I think as soon as we get Etema back into the back of the bakery, if I'm not mistaken, you said that the man and woman kind of ran off to go get this person. So
The woman is still here. The man went off to.
oh, so the woman is still holding guard.
Yeah.
She's outside looking. So I think I'll step out. You know, Etema's in the back room with the baker. I'm going to step out into the front room so it doesn't look obvious like the store's on a. I think I actually flipped the sign over to closed, and maybe even lock the door. But I'm going to keep watch here in the store. So if anyone shows up, we'll have a little bit of early notice.
Nice. Yeah. So you're in there. Let's cut back to Boko. Yeah, the comms cut out. What's your next move?
Can I get a hold of Esnada on my personal comms, or are they too far away to?
Probably no. It's the same situation.
Yeah.
I think she told you that she's not going to stay exactly where she is because she doesn't want to arouse suspicion. She's going to keep moving in case something happens.
I feel like it makes sense to try and get the ship up there.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to Val and just do an emergency run. It sounds like folks are in trouble.
Yeah. So you start to prep the ship, get everyone going. Cut back to Etema and Bade. After a few minutes, the man returns with Aviru, who is a female Rataki, and she's got a doctor's bag, the space doctor's bag, and she comes into the back. I think like Bade, I assume you let them in.
Yeah.
She gets into the back, and she's I put her picture up on the relevant to the current job NPCs. So she starts patching you up, and she's very straightforwardly asking you, Etema, so this is a blaster injury, right?
Yes.
Stormtroopers?
Yes.
Thought so. And she starts to patch you up. She can, I think you're not going to get any immediate benefit other than like you're not going to get worse, and you will count as having received medical aid for if you do a recovery downtime action.
Okay, that works.
Once we get to that. And she talks to Gimmick, and people are not going to like this. And Gimmick kind of hangs back and can't just leave one of our own out on the street dying. Yeah, I know, but it's going to be trouble.
So I think I overhear this and I'm like, family's definitely trouble sometimes. I mean, you know, we all have that strange relative who comes in and says things they shouldn't, or you always have to bail out of trouble, but we do it because it's family, right?
Yeah, they both look at you and like clearly you're not family in the
Yeah.
you personally are not family in this
Right.
case. But
And I think I see that and I
Yeah.
just turn and I walk back into the front.
yeah.
I know. I brought trouble to your doorstep. I'm sorry. I didn't want to. I wanted to make nice. I wanted to find my mom.
Ooh. Yeah, I am going to make a fortune roll here. 3, I think. Oof. Yeah. That's bad. Highest is a 2. So
Nice. That's appropriate for
mm.
Etema's story.
Yeah, this is the doctor, and she's. I understand wanting to figure out where you come from, but the kind of life you seem to live, I don't know if you'll be able to fit in here. I'm not sure. I'm not sure your mother would be happy to see where you've ended up.
I help people too. Just letting the Empire get away with what they do, that's not right.
Ooh, that's touchy. Yeah. Some of us don't get a choice.
Everyone gets a choice. It's just what you do with it. I'm not here to judge you. I just wanted to know my people. I respect the choices you're making. You got to respect them making different ones. Again, I didn't mean to bring trouble here. And I'll go. But I'd like to hear it from my mother.
Ooh, nice. I am going to make a roll for the pursuit. I'm going to just roll 2 dice. They roll badly. Yeah. I'm not going to stop you. Try to talk you out of sorry, looking for your family, but you should be aware that there are others who are more committed to our way of life, and they may not view your presence here kindly. They will think you're putting us all in danger.
Okay. Okay. I'm willing to accept that risk.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, let's cut back to Boko. Since we're doing this, we're not doing this in I guess we're doing this in dramatic time. So you've got the ship prepped. It will take you some time to get it to 1313 or 1314. But I think you can make a roll for the trip. Depending on what like position you take on the ship, what role you take during the flight, pick something to roll for.
I'll take co-pilot and help navigate, I guess. And the
Finesse is the handle a vehicle skill, but that's not necessarily what you have to roll.
yeah, because I'm not flying, I'm steering. Maybe I don't know. Scan ahead with survey, maybe.
Sure.
Just make sure, make sure there's no. We're not. This is kind of a surprise trip, so I'm not expecting any entanglements from bandits or whatever. But send a quick probe out to see what goes.
Yeah, like Val is in the pilot seat, focusing on navigating the ship through this tangled mess of metal and everything, and but you're like looking a bit further out.
Yeah.
Cool.
I think I am going to push myself again, because although we're not expecting trouble, I'm going to lean on the paranoid and be like, I'm going to be extra either super careful or super anxious about running into folks, and maybe maybe being a little bit less cautious but more aggressive about the checking stuff out there.
Cool. I think you're in that the way you describe that. I think you're in a risky position.
Yeah, that sounds great.
But you'll have I think you'll have a stronger effect.
Awesome. Cool. Navigating up there. That's a 5. We'll do it.
Yeah. So there's some sort of complication. Yeah, I think with your comms console on the fritz, you have some difficulty communicating with the drones. So yeah, I think that will reduce your effect, which goes at standard effect. So it's going to take you a couple of hours to get through, because you have to like the drones have to shuttle back and forth. They can communicate with each other, but then they have to come back to the ship and dock. So it's a slower process than it usually is.
Is that a consequence that I can resist?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think I will do that then.
Cool.
And yeah, with insight, that's 5 dice.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's a 6. No stress.
All righty. Yeah, I think that looks like like even though I can't communicate with the drones, I sort of nudge Val to fly a little bit more dangerously, to like get closer up to like send the drones out, and instead of waiting for the comms to come back, like zoom up to them and let them sort of like link in directly. And sort of like just like prodding Val like faster, we gotta go.
Yeah, so I think that means you get up to 1314. So you're in the rend on 1314 by the time this doctor has patched up Etema. I think we should take a break Yeah, so at this point, Bade, your comm beeps, and it's Esnada. And her voice is very hushed. I'm in trouble. The storm is everywhere. I had to, they were going to question us and I couldn't take the risk. So we're hiding out in this back room. I don't know how long we can stay here. Do you know what's going on?
Yeah, we ran into some trouble. The Stormies came after us too. They're doing their typical thing and just hitting anybody who seems like weaker than them. Give me your location and I'll see if I can't cover you.
Yeah, she tells you where she is, and she's like between the enclave and the docks.
Oh, perfect. I think I'm going to head that direction. And I'm going to see if I can't, along the way, I need to steal a vehicle in order to get her, the droid, and Etema back to the ship. You know, we need something a little bit faster. And something with a little bit more cover.
Yeah. So are you going to steal something in the Ratataki enclave, or are you going to wait until you're outside that?
I think on screen what we see is I walk up and there's like a vehicle kind of sitting there that I probably could hotwire this. And I walk up and I look around and we're still in the Ratataki enclave. And I kind of shake my head a little bit and I kind of walk on down. So I'm waiting until I'm outside.
Yeah.
Because I just gave this speech about, you know, taking care of family and I'm like, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, give me a roll for picking up a vehicle, and we'll see how good a thing you get.
So this could be tinker to try and hotwire a car. It
Sure.
can also be finesse, which is a little bit of theft and a little bit of handling a vehicle. Do you have a preference?
It's your choice. I think with finesse, that will be like picking out the right vehicle, finding one that's good, but it may not necessarily be easy to steal. With Tinker, you get something that's easy to steal, but maybe not fulfilling your other requirements.
Yeah, I think it's right now. I think I want to go with finesse. I think it's better for us to have a better vehicle that would be less conspicuous than it is to find one that's easy to steal. So
Cool.
let's do it that way.
So I think you're in a control position here because you're not in a super hurry. You can like pick and choose something that's suitable.
Yeah. Okay, so let me roll that. I got 2.
Yeah. So in a control position, that means you can try again with risky or withdraw and try a different approach. And I think withdraw and try a different approach here would be to not steal something and instead try to buy or borrow or get in contact with someone who has a vehicle. But you can try again. I think the vehicles you spot that are suitable for you, for your needs, they're kind of, people are hanging around. You can't really get at them easily. So, but you could still try something, but it would be risky.
Oh, what the hell? I think I'm going to do something risky then. And let's see. Yeah, I think I'm just going to do this risky. And I think I'll keep it at the same level, and I'll just roll that again. But with a consequence. Yep, I think so.
Cool.
Oh, a 1, 3, 3. So I got a 3. I failed on that one as well.
Oof.
XP on a miss, right?
sorry?
Nothing. I was just joking.
Yeah, okay. Suffer harm or complication, lose this opportunity, or your position becomes desperate. I think you find a vehicle and you like start to jimmy the lock or whatever the Star Wars equivalent would be.
Yeah.
But then someone spots you, so you can either keep going, which would be the desperate roll, or you can abandon this and you'll have to try something different, some other way of getting a vehicle.
I'm definitely abandoning this because, you know, someone saw me, they would ID me, it would blow our cover and blow the whole reason of getting a vehicle. So I think we see this, you know, a start, a little bit of calculation and thought in Bade's eyes, and then she just runs. I think someone's chasing after her. Ah! And she's like,
yeah, nice. Yeah, so you get away because I mean this is what you do, but you haven't managed to get a hold of a vehicle.
yeah.
Let's go back to Etema. So this doctor has patched you up. So you're feeling better. She's probably giving you some kind of painkiller, but you're still hurt. You're still injured. Dade is off looking for a vehicle, and the doctor, she just, I think she gets up, she's packing her things away, and then she hesitates, and she shares a look with Gemick, and then she says, there were some people who gave up their children when things were very hard, several years back. And she looks at you, and it's clear she's kind of judging your age. I don't know if I should say this, but I think I know who your mother is.
Okay. I'm not here for any vengeance or anything like that. If that's what has you worried or anything like that, yeah, I do some things you're right. Maybe people would be proud of, but I do some good stuff too. I just want to meet her. To another family that I never got.
Her name is Keepa.
Is she here? Is she in the Enclave?
Yes, she lives a couple of blocks from here.
I want to go see her. Take me to her.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go with you.
Okay.
And she helps you up, and she's very gentle with you, even though you can feel she has the strength to support you, but she's being very gentle.
Why are you doing this?
Sorry?
Why are you doing this? I thought you didn't even like me. You said she'd be embarrassed of me, disappointed. But now you're taking me to her. What changed?
I don't know what she will think of you. I just wanted to be sure that you understood the potential consequences.
I've had a rough life. I could take it.
She gives you a look that kind of says, yeah, maybe, but this is different, you know?
She's not wrong. It is very different, but that's Etema's how she's psyching herself up.
Yeah, so she leads you away. I think the couple who helped you, they stick around. They kind of continue to keep watch.
Without being crass, like Rich is asking this question, Etema did pay them, right? They're not sticking around for money.
Oh, yeah. If you want to pay them,
Well, let's just say Etema sees them sticking around, thinks, oh, they want to get paid, and then she'll say, hey,
yeah,
I promised them some credits. Let me take care of that.
Yeah, I'm just going to roll a die here. Yeah, they don't protest over much, like and when you push, they like, and you notice that their clothes are a bit worn and that sort of thing. So yeah, they like look at each other and nod, and they accept the money.
Take it. You should.
I think this would be like 1 credit for you.
Absolutely.
I think that's seems like
happy to knock off a cred. Yeah.
Yeah. But they stick around, and they continue to keep watch. Like they're walking a bit ahead, and kind of not like obviously waving you forward, but kind of giving you a little nod when they can see that the coast is clear. So the doctor, whose name I should remember, Aviru, she leads you to a building, and these are like fairly big. Or actually, I think there's like a mixture of buildings here. There are some. It's not like the super high-rise buildings.
Mm-hmm.
It's like 3 or 4 stories, and there's like a mix. There are some smaller buildings as well. But she leads you to a building. It's like a 3-story, like an apartment building. She leads you to turbolift. The couple, they stay behind. Leads you into the turbolift. You go up 2 floors, and she leads you to a door. Knocks on the door, and then we cut to Boko. So you've successfully navigated the ship to 1314. You've parked it. You're still kind of in the Rend, because there's this reclamation area, but you can like see into 1314 proper. You can fly the ship into 1314, but that's going to cause a lot of commotion. So maybe you want to do something else. And now you can use your comms again, so you can get in touch with anyone you want.
Yeah, I think it's Esnata first. I figure Etema can probably take care of herself. It's gotten through worse. So as soon as we get within comms range, get on the horn to Esnata and ask her what her situation is. She's 20.
Yeah, let's see. I'll roll a couple of dice for her. Yeah, it takes a few seconds before she answers, and when she does, you hear blaster fire.
Oh, son of a bitch.
What?
Where are you? It sounds like you're in trouble. Give us your location. We'll fly
The
in.
storm is everywhere. I'm by the docks. It's crazy here.
Cool.
Oh no! Get down!
Hang tight.
Yes,
Don't let the
mistress, I
drug
will
get hurt.
hide.
Don't get yourself hurt either. And like just abruptly close comms and grab some gear and jump out the door and start running that way as if she's near the docks.
You're on the opposite side of the map.
Oh, the docks are by the rent. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're flying to the docks then.
Okay, you're taking the ship and flying through. Awesome. How do you just go for it and just hope that you can get there fast enough that they don't scramble TIE fighters and start attacking you, or you have a different plan?
I think like pull some altitude so we're not like buzzing the buildings. It's clear that we're not on an attack run or anything, but like get some altitude and just head straight there as fast as possible, and we'll figure out the repercussions later.
Cool. Give me a roll.
Well, it's not prowl. I'm not sure what that would be. Because Val is still flying.
I mean, it depends on kind of what role you take on the ship. I think, like if you're barking orders, then it's probably command. If you're like keeping watch for TIE fighters, then it could be survey, that sort of thing.
Yeah, I think it might be command.
Yeah.
Yep, because I'm pretty much just a hype man for Val at this point.
Like Val is flying the ship, but you're keeping the rest of the crew in telling them
like
what to do.
Buckle up is the is the main one.
Yeah.
Jeez. Should I push? I should push again. Yeah, I'll push again. Whew. I'll take 2 dice. Getting up there.
I don't know if someone wants to suggest a Devil's Bargain. Maybe you don't want one.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything that would.
I think ship damage.
Oh yeah,
ship damage is a neat Devil's Bargain. Like you clip something or another freighter or a speeder bike or something.
Or like just push the engines too hard for this kind of sprinting. It's not a sprinter, so this is kind of like just like putting it full to get across.
Yeah, I think it's when you're going through the factory, the big industrial zone here. There's a lot of pollution in the air, and I think you like clip a chimney that you don't spot before, or a smokestack you don't spot before you hit it.
Yeah, I accept that. Okay. Alrighty. A 4. Okay. 4.
Yeah. This is risky. So you do it with a consequence. Harm, a complication, reduced effect, your position becomes desperate. Yeah.
Feels desperate, but you're all.
You're not desperate yet. You're just flying very fast. Yeah, there's going to be a complication that yeah, they're going to scramble a flight of TIE fighters from the because you're flying. I think you're flying kind of. Yeah, you're flying from the Rand towards the docks. You're passing right by Milsec, which is the military sector. They are going to scramble a couple of TIE fighters. You can resist that.
One more
consequence.
stress will take me out. I think I'm gonna try to resist it.
Yeah,
Probably
yeah.
with prowess, yeah. Okay. Resisting.
One extra die for all resistance rolls.
What's that? I think you dropped out a little bit.
Yeah, you have one extra
you can
die
extra
on all
die.
resistance rolls.
Yeah. So I think that'll be 5. Here we go. Oh, well, I stressed myself out.
Harsh. That's,
Boom.
yeah. So what is it that happens? How do you avoid these TIE fighters showing up or lose them or whatever it is that you do?
I think we get maybe we hear like we have radio open so we can hear like the warning thing of like, okay, we're not flying high anymore, let's take it down, and get down into the buildings by the factories and just lose them before they even get out. Yeah, and that takes me out.
Anders, you're on mute. Anders, you're on mute.
Yeah, you hear the chatter on the radio. There's a rebel frigate speeding through the factory. Scramble fighters, and then I think you go down low in the factory and fly along, because the thoroughfare, that's this big transport line. There's I don't remember what trains are called. Rail speeders. Is that it? Yeah. And there's and other speeders. There's a lot of traffic there, and it's kind of raised above the rest of the level. So you fly like alongside it on the other side, so you're harder to spot. We lost the signal, and the fighters fly off into the factory, and they don't know where you are.
Cool.
Yeah, but you are stressed out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Spade, you ran away from your opportunity to steal a vehicle. What's your new plan?
Yeah, so my new plan is, I thought about it, before trying the risky alternative of trying to keep stealing. And I was like, I just don't want to part with money. But I think now's the time whenever I actually have to spend money in order to get us out. And I think this would be hiring a car, hiring a cab or something like that. And Etema's in good hands. She's back at the bakery under the doctor's care. It should be fine. Don't know that Boko's coming. It's the droid and what was her name? Etraval?
Esnada.
Yeah. I need to get Esnada and the droid, undercover. So I think this will be, stepping into like a cabbie, sizing up the cabbie, stepping into a good one and saying, here's a note, here's half a cred. You get us, you get me in here so I can pull out my friend from this, attack, and the rest of the note, and get us back. The rest of the note is yours. Yeah.
Cool.
And that, yeah.
I think it's consort or sway or something to like find the right cabbie.
So sway is with logic or deception. Consort is people from my heritage. So yeah, I'd be looking for the thief. So I think this is a consort. see. Do you have a suggestion for a devil's bargain?
Yeah, you have to pay 2 credits. 1 isn't enough.
Ooh. Ooh, okay. Yeah, I'll take that.
Oh yeah, I'll do it, but it's gonna cost ya.
Let's see what that looks like. Okay, come on. Okay, so it's not refreshed on my screen. Does anyone else see my roll?
Nope.
The little die in the corner is still rolling. I'm gonna refresh. Come on.
I can see it now.
Ah,
It's a 4
okay.
and 2 1s. So
Oof.
I think what you were doing was risky, so there's a consequence, which you can resist, of course. Huh. I think he's willing to take you to Esnada and get you both out of there, but then he's out. When he sees all the blaster fire and that sort of thing, then it gets too hot for him and he's going to bail.
Yeah, I think that's fine. I think getting us into Esnada, getting her and the droid, and getting back to the bakery is really like most of the stuff, most of what I wanted. Oh. I think we get back to the bakery, find Etema isn't there.
Mhm.
Do we know where she's gone?
Yeah, Gemmik is still at the bakery. The baker,
Yeah.
she's still there, so she knows where they go.
So in that case, I'm fine with that as long as the cabbie will take us to where Etema's building is.
Yeah.
Right. So we can all be on scene.
I'm going to make a roll for Esnada to see how well she's handled this. I'm going to give her an extra die for your assistance with the cabbie. And now it's just rolling for me. Reload. Really acting up today. And she gets a 6. So you get to her position. She's you spot a stormtrooper out in the street on his face with a smoking blaster wound, and then you see Esnada. You spot her down an alley. You wave her to the cab. She and the droid gets in. There's a couple of more stormtroopers show up, fire some shots after the cab, but you get out of there. And once you're in a speeder, they're on foot. You get back to the bakery. Let me check the clocks a bit. So you'll have 2 more ticks on getting to safety. They'll have 2 more clocks on picking you up because now they've got some reports of potentially people spotted who could be involved with what you're doing. Cool. Let's get back to Etema. So you knocked on the door. The door opens, and I need to find. I had a picture. Of the There's a woman who opens, and she's the right age to be your mother. I'm going to drop the picture in the current jobs tab, and she has tattoos. She has some mods, body modifications, and she Abiru steps aside. So what do you do?
Just so it's clear, she's removed the hair.
Yeah.
She's a little embarrassed of it now. Etema looks at her for a long, like, uncomfortable moment. Glances over at Aviru and realizes, wait, okay, I'm doing this. Okay, I talk first. Okay. You keep it?
Yeah.
You did you have a daughter? Maybe 17 cycles, 18 cycles ago that you had to give up?
Ooh. It's rough, but I'm going to make a roll.
All right. By the way, Rich is perfectly okay if this is all wrong. I am okay with that.
Cool. So one thing I wanted to check in with you first is because you've taken the name Etema for yourself. That's a name you've chosen.
That's the name
Right?
she's chosen. She has no idea what her birth name is.
Yeah. Do you want to decide her birth name, or do you want me to give it to you?
Give it to her. I love the idea of, like, not even Rich the player knew.
Cool. So is the roller still acting up? Yeah. Time to check for names. Four, right? Yeah. Boko? Is that you?
I think that's me. They didn't tell me what my name was. They just called me Etema.
She reaches out and touches your face and kind of touches her own face at the same time, and you feel like you can see some similarities. How did you find me?
Glance at Aviru. Well, Gemick at the bakery, and then Aviru here. I just wanted to meet you. I'm not here for any credits, anything. I don't want to cause any trouble.
Come in. And she steps back and holds the door open.
Edema steps in and then glances back. Not sure if Aviru's coming or if
She's
zipping.
Ooh. I think she kind of gestures to you that she'll be there, but she's staying outside. And the apartment, it's very small. It's like and you realize this from before when you were out like in the hallway. That's these tiny little apartments. And she lets you in. It's clean, but it's clear that it's poor. It's not like dirt poor, super anything like that, but it's sparsely furnished. She doesn't have a lot of stuff. She lets you in, and she sit. She gestures towards like a kitchen table, and she goes over to like the kitchen area and starts fussing with some sort of hot drink. She's not saying anything.
Are you alone?
Yes, I am.
I don't remember anything, really.
Yes, you were. You were so small. And I gave you up. I can see you're in trouble.
That's okay. It doesn't have anything to do with you.
And she pours you it's a hot drink, some kind of tea, and she pours for herself as well, and she returns to like the kitchen, and she stays there with her back towards you. Are you often in trouble?
Yeah, I am. Most of the time. But I've got a
And
crew.
sorry.
And I've got a crew, and they mean a lot to me. Almost like a family, but they're not family.
She starts crying. Not like loud, but you can definitely tell.
Edema sits on that for a little bit before she musters up the courage to stand up, stifles a painful groan, and then moves over to try to comfort her.
She when she hears you move, she kind of shakes herself, and she it's not like she's avoiding you exactly, but it's clear that she's not she steps away like arm's length distance. She looks out the window by the kitchen table. I'd hope that things would be better for you, but things were so hard here. The with the Imperials and I didn't have any money, and your siblings, I thought it would be easiest to thought it would be easier to give you up because you were the smallest. Maybe you wouldn't have made it anyway. But it wasn't.
No, it was okay for a little while. Arasha took care of me. She took care of me for a while. And then things changed. I don't think you made a bad choice in your situation.
Just wish I guess I just wish things were different.
Nothing's over yet. I found you. I want to see more of the family if that's something we can do. I've got some money. I can help.
I don't need anything. I have enough.
Oh. Okay. It's just credits. If you need it.
And I should make it clear that there's this apartment, you can like see the whole apartment. There's nobody else living here. That's very kind of you.
I'm kind to the right people. Not so kind to the wrong ones.
Yeah. Sounds like your father.
Is he gone?
Yeah. No, he's not here. Yeah. Left with your siblings. They went up.
He left Coruscant?
That was the plan, but I don't know. I haven't heard from him in
Why didn't you
cycles.
go?
They were going to work their way out, find some job on 1316 that he'd heard about, and continue up until they could leave.
That's a lot of levels.
Yeah, that's what I said. But he when the council decided that we should try to live with the Imperials. He wouldn't stay.
I guess I do have a little bit in common with him then, I guess.
Yeah, yes, you do.
Listen, like I said, in a little bit of trouble, so I should probably move on. But now I know you're here. I'd like to come back when things are calmer again. Would that be okay?
Yes, yes, of course. You're welcome back anytime. And then now she turns to face you. You can see she still has tears in her eyes, but she looks. You can tell that she means it. That you're welcome back.
Dreamed about this for a long
Me
time.
too. I hope I would get to see you again. That you would come back here and stay with me.
We'll come back. Okay. I'm gonna go now, though, Kipe. And then she'll. I've got a comm unit. If you need anything, you can reach out to me there.
Okay. And she notes the yeah. She knows the frequency.
And Etema will hesitate, but then go towards the door because she's not sure what else to do.
Yeah, she ooh, yeah, I need to roll for this. And the dice roller is really acting up. Yeah, she follows you to the door, and she puts her hand on your arm. But that's all. Please do come back.
I will. I promise.
Be careful.
Okay. And she'll open the door and step back outside.
Yeah. I think we'll end the scene there.
Yeah.
Cool. I think we could need another break after that. Let's take 5. Okay, let's cut over to Boko. So I think let's assume you can get in touch with Vade or Esnada. They'll tell you that they're in the Ratataki enclave. And I think before you get there, Etema will be back at the bakery, assuming that's where you want to go. So you can probably find some place to park the ship. I mean, it's pretty big. You can't just sit down in the street. But I think there's like an empty lot or something. South side it's quite run down. It's not as bad as the bad places in 1313, but it's not great either. It's not like an abandoned war zone or anything, but it's a rundown area. So there are some empty lots. So you can find some place to set the ship down, but you won't have a lot of time before you have to get out of here because it's still a big ship landing that doesn't have like flight permits or whatever. You haven't filed your flight plan with the imperial authorities.
I have an idea if when folks get back to the ship, to get them out safely. But we'll wait for that.
Yeah, Bade and Etema, what do you want to, or let's can we assume you get back to the ship and we can have like
Sure,
all
that sounds
three of
great.
you together?
If you're good with it, Steven.
Yeah, that sounds perfect.
Cool.
Is the Esnada situation taken care of as well?
Yeah, Bade and the cabbie picked her up and got her away from her stormtrooper entanglements. So, but you're kind of on the clock because who knows when they'll figure out where you're hiding.
Yeah. Y'all have to get back out of here real quick, like. I'll get safe. I'll see you soon. And Boko leaves the ship.
Okay, so what's Boko's plan?
Boko's plan is to wait for them to take off and then turn himself into whoever shows up.
Oh, cool.
Figure trauma out and take a break in a prison cell for a minute. I don't know.
Yeah. That's not entirely unclever, I would say. It's going to reset your heat, so that'll help. Cool.
Yeah, I think we're already at 0 heat, but I don't want to.
You're not going to be after this job. Yeah. So you haven't actually completed the job yet because you haven't set things up properly with the droid. So I think you have a choice. Either you get out of 1314 now and you finish the job at some other, like you'll have to do that part of the job later. Or you try to arrange something with the droid, but that's going to be difficult with everything going on. So Etema and Bade, what do you think you want to do?
What do you think we should do?
I don't like the idea of leaving a job undone, especially one that, I think that getting this medicine stuff set up is a good idea, but we want to make sure we do it right. So I don't know. What do you think?
I don't want to leave Boko, but we gotta do the job. He's not stupid. I'm sure he's got a plan. gotta finish this. Then we'll circle back. Oh, maybe he's keeping Bria company.
So what do we have left to do on the job?
You need to register the droid and set it up so that it's owned by House Niromal or someone in House Niromal, or has some connection to them. And I think the only part that's difficult of that is getting the droid registered. So usually it's not a very difficult thing to do, but it's kind of difficult to do when you're running from a manhunt or woman hunt, I guess. Person hunt. Well, the Empire isn't very PC, so I think it's a manhunt. So do you have an idea for how to arrange that before Stormies show up and storm the ship?
Babe, you're the plan person.
Let's see. Bade, nods a little bit and walks over to like a console where the communication device is, but like right at that point has no clue. So we see her not making anything, not doing anything over there, but like walking over there to hide that she's not sure. And I think that what's she gonna do?
So I think. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I think fictionally you have some different ways to do this. You could try to find some sort of droid hacker who could set up, or droid slicer, I should say, who can set up like false identification in some way. You could try to bribe someone, some official who could like arrange things. You could maybe steal some ID chip from another droid, which could work, but it could also cause trouble. Or you could maybe, yeah, I think those are that's the kind of thing, at least that I can think of that could work.
And I think I had thought at some point maybe we could go to the rebels and see if they could help us out on 1314 because we have a good relationship with them. And then we also have the House Neuromal themselves. Maybe we could say, okay, can you set that up? Here's the droid, here's how we'll get it to you. But the whole point of this, to be honest, so I think Bade's going to walk back and forth and pace a little bit. She's going to basically talk out loud. And she says, well, the whole point is to get House Neuromal to think that we're competent and we're worth sponsoring. So I don't think we should go to them. And I don't think we should try to see about stealing a droid or stealing faking the registration, like going through a hacker or something like that, because again, that would come down on House Neuromal, and we don't want them to think of us as incompetent. So I think what's left is bribing someone. So, and I think whenever she comes to that, she goes back to Etema and she says, we're gonna have to pay somebody off. How many credits do you have on you right now?
2. You can have them both.
What about how much do we have in the vault?
You
I think we've got
8 in the vault.
Yeah. We've got some in
So
the vault.
you have well enough credits. That's not a problem.
It's just whether or not we had access to them. And we've got 3 in our pockets right now. Okay, let's see if we can.
The vault is on the ship, so you have access to those.
So I think our first line of defense is to make sure the ship is safe, because if we don't have a base of operations, there's nothing else to do. So let's get it back to the Rend. Yeah, let's get it back to the Rend. and make sure that, it doesn't draw any attention. And then we're gonna see about trying to find the right person to bribe. I think this would be like a gather information kind of thing. Do we have any NPCs that could help us? We have a
Probably.
couple of dock workers, but they're on 1313.
You mentioned your rebel contact. That's definitely someone who could help you. You have the people you've been talking to in the zigzags. You have the mechanic Gert, who Val has been talking to.
Ooh, I think Gurk is probably a really good choice. Yeah, and let me look to see. We're right now near the Ratataki Enclave, and Gurk is near Blood Gulch.
Yeah, he's in Blood God.
Okay, so maybe we should head there first. And we'll have to risk the ship, before we head back because it's kind of on the way. We don't want to have to double back. So let's go to see Gurk and see if he can help us out.
I mean, you have Val can fly the ship if you want to like go on foot there or take a speeder. I mean, you'll have something. You have your fancy speeder, your swoop bike on the ship, so you don't have to use the ship for transportation.
Oh, fancy speeder bike. Yeah.
That's true. Let's do that just in case there's a chase scene or something. Yeah. So yeah, let's get out. We'll go talk to Gurk. And it's probably good to lay low a little bit as much as we can. So let's let the ship kind of work its way back slowly while we go talk to Gurk. Yeah.
So Val takes the ship, and she's going to work her way back to the Rand. I'll make a roll for her, just to see how that goes. I think this will be command. I think she's like running things, and she'll have some assistance from the others. I'm going to roll 3 dice for her. Him. Sorry. And it's still annoying. That's a 3. So I think what happens is that the ship is spotted taking off. And that's going to add to 2 ticks on the Stormtrooper clock. But Etema and Bade should have another tick on getting to safety, because now you're on a swoop bike. You can quickly move to a different part of the level, but you're not safe yet. The hunt is still ongoing. But you can get over to Blood Gulch and find Gurk. And I assume you bring the droid, or
Yeah.
So I think you had arranged for a sidecar, right? So who's in the sidecar and who's behind you on the swoop bike?
I think Etema's behind me, right?
Yeah. We stick the
Yeah,
in the side
the
car.
droid is kind of sitting in there, and wee. He can't shut up when he's going this
Nice.
fast, but he doesn't really say anything beyond "We're going fast. We're going fast."
Reach over, switch him off.
We're going fast. Yeah, so you find Gurk. He's in his workshop. They're prepping the racer, or I think they're doing like maintenance. They're going through it's like half taken apart, hanging from the roof, so the engine is like spread out all over the floor, or one of the engines, and he's there working and working himself and shouting orders at everyone else, telling them, "Oh, don't touch that! Oh, this one goes over there," that sort of thing.
And I think I'm going to take a look at Etema. Etema's not 100%.
No, but
Um,
she's functioned relatively well at this level of hurt before.
Yeah.
And will be mad if you try to coddle her.
but I think I'm going to step forward to talk to Girk, because the rest, I know these people. These people are sharks. They smell blood in the water. They're going to come for you. And I'm going to step forward and do the talking with Girk. I'm going to be like, "Hey, Girk, I hear you got a good, good shop going here. You're making good racers, and we wanted to see how good you were. We're looking for someone to register a droid. Right now, its serial numbers are clean. They're just empty. So we need to file it here with the system. And I figured you might know the right people to do that right for us. We don't want no hack job. I mean, if we wanted a hack job, we could go anywhere. We want this done right so it holds up to, scrutiny. And we think you're the right person for the job for that.
Oh, you think I know everyone who's doing some illegal voodoo with droids? Of course I do. Of course I do.
And he looks, Bate kind of looks around and says, "Chop shop like this? Probably."
Gotta have parts, Hey, you're that razor that Val showed me.
Yeah.
You got some moves, kid. Could be a pod racer, If this guy doesn't come back from the next one.
Well, we'll have to see how good your pod racer is. I mean, it's got to be worthy.
You're questioning my skills right after asking me for help.
I'm not questioning your skills. I'm just saying they should be proven.
Yeah, nice. Yeah. You want to consort or sway or something else?
I think I'll consort is the right thing here. And I will push myself to get an extra die. Unless you have an idea for a devil's bargain.
Ooh.
Not sure I want to take anything real dangerous.
Yeah. I mean, he'd be more friendly or willing to help you if you like hang around for a bit, talk about the pod, but that's going to delay you, so he'll put another tick on the stormtrooper pod.
Yeah, I don't think that's worthwhile, so I think I'll stick with the 3 dice.
That's a good devil's bargain, though. I like that.
It is. It's really good. And our clocks. I mean, we've got a couple of ticks left, so I think I'm gonna check. I'm gonna see what I can do here. See if that works. Okay, I'm gonna refresh. Think it's a 133.
Oof.
Yeah.
And he walks over to his comms unit and he talks to someone, and you chat a bit with the people working on the engine, and the racer is there as well. and he is, let's say that he's a Duros. He's very laid back until he spots someone making a mistake with one of the engine parts, and then he flies off the handle. Oh, you don't do that! Don't touch that! You stay away! Stay away! Keep your fingers off that! And he then, when that person like drops the thing and backs off, then he's perfectly calm again. So bit of a temper. Yeah, and then Gurk comes back and I can't get anyone right now. It's gonna take a week or so.
Well, that's very disappointing. We'll remember that. But in the meantime, I think we're okay if it takes a week or so. How about, because it's going to take so long, you keep this droid and take personal responsibility for nothing happening to it while we're gone. Does that sound fair?
Yeah, I think pay me for the storage and it's fine.
Ah, how much?
I think in total, with getting everything set up, I think he'll want 3 credits. It's like 2 for the other person doing that part of the job, 1 for keeping an eye on the droid in the meantime.
Yeah. And I think there'll be some banter where, Beta's like, 3 credits, that's too much. I thought you wanted to get in good with us, and we'll kind of talk back and forth. But yeah, we'll pay that.
Yeah.
Good with that, Etema? Yeah.
How are we divvying that cost?
I marked off 1 credit.
And I'll mark off the other.
Yeah, the other 2.
Man, I'm broke. Okay. Awesome.
Yep.
Cool. Yeah. So you get things set up. The droid is taken care of. It will be arranged. It's just going to take a few more days.
Yeah. And I think, as we turn to walk out, now that all the business is taken care of, I lean over to Etema and I say, it's time to get out of Dodge. And I think, we hop on the speeder and we're going to head back to the Rind where we expect to see the ship.
Yeah.
So Bade went in. So I thought Bade went in ahead and Etema hung back, right?
I thought that basically it was like a big garage area. So Etema, Bade did the talking, but Etema was there in case there was some backup or something.
Yeah, I think when you come back to the speeder bike, she's like slumped over asleep. Like she just kind of passed out on the speeder bike. So when you come back over and say it's all good, she, yeah, let's go. And then.
And Bade kind of rolls her eyes and like, okay, of course.
Well, you talk for forever.
And I think Bade guns the speeder to get out of there, and it kind of gives you a little bit of whiplash, right? You're kind of jerked around as she takes off. Yeah. Talk forever.
Mm-hmm. Bleed on your speeder bike, man.
Yeah. So what route are you taking back to the Ren? Are you like flying straight along the thoroughfare? Are you taking a long way around, or what's your plan?
I think we're going to take the long way around, and I don't really want to go through MilSec or GovSec. So I think we're going to head back towards the park and, get kind of even with the Rind and then head north, kind of making a square of it, taking our time and leaving the speed, to run away in our back pocket if we need it.
Cool. Yeah. So you notice that in the glitz, things are pretty quiet. There's not. It's a place where a lot of things happen, but you don't see a lot of stormies. When you get into north side, that there it's different. It's not huge patrols. It's not massive. It's not like it was in South Side. You saw some of that when you went to Blood Gulch. But there's still a fair amount of Stormies out. But you can probably avoid those. So let's have a roll to see how things go.
So how do
help
you want to do this? We could do this a couple of different ways. It could be driving. It could also be searching, for a good route.
It could be prowl. You're pretty good at prowling too.
Mhm.
I've rolled pretty poorly and I've been rolling a lot, and I wanted to see if Etema wanted to roll any.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that sounds great. Let's see.
I mean, you don't have to, but I
No,
was trying to
happy
think
to.
of ways to engage you. This would be things like you could help searching out
Surveying stuff as to know what we're going into, kind of deal.
Yeah,
Sense trouble before it happens. Survey. It feels right.
Sure.
Cool. You
but
are
I
about
can't
to trauma
help.
out. Yeah, you can't help. So
Yeah.
I'll help my. Let's see. I'll help myself.
You
Oh my
can push
gosh.
yourself, put 2 stress.
Yeah. Well, before I push myself, before I click those buttons, do you have any Devil's Bargains there?
I mean, your goal is to get there without being spotted by the stormtrooper.
Right.
It could be that you're spotted by someone else, which doesn't mean anything immediately, but it will give you extra heat. That's probably not that dangerous since Boko is going to give himself up, but
I think a little extra heat sounds good to me. What do you think, Steven? You okay with that?
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
All right.
So there's someone like spots you when you turn a corner, and oh, look, it's those two, and yeah, they run off to hell on you. So there'll be some extra heat for that.
All right. Here we
You're
go.
rolling what? 4 dice?
3. I didn't actually spend.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Boy, the dialer really, the die roller really is kind of weird.
Yeah.
Today.
If you'll whenever you refresh, it pops through.
Yeah. So that's a 2.
No way.
That's great. I think this was risky. It's not desperate, but it's not controlled
Good
either.
Lord, these dice are terrible.
Yeah. So things go badly. Yeah, I think you turn a corner and there's a roadblock up ahead. And you can either gun it and just fly over them. That's going to make your situation desperate. So we have to make another roll from a desperate situation. Or you can just barely like turn around, but you'll have to go to ground somewhere. So you because they'll spot you, but you saw like an alley you can sneak down, but you will have to lay low for a while, so you won't get back for at least a couple of hours.
Let's gun it. Let's gun it.
If you say so, yeah. So I'll gun it. So that makes it desperate.
Yep. So who's
And
rolling now?
so desperate, I'll roll. This is
I'm happy to skirmish, so you don't have to worry about stress. If
no, I'll take it.
Okay.
If we're gonna gun it, I think it's a driving thing, so I'll
Yeah.
do finesse.
feels right.
Do you have a devil's bargain?
They manage. They fire after you, so the swoop bike takes a blaster hit. It's not going to stop you, but it will need repairs before you can.
It'll cost you some creds.
Yeah. Okay, I'll take that.
I'll help by shooting at Stormies.
So I can get help from you and from the devil's
One's got
bargain.
to do effect, and the other one is for a die.
Okay.
I think is how it goes, right?
Okay.
Let me see. Now, assistance. Yeah, you can get dice for both. You can't push yourself and take a devil's bargain.
Ah, okay. Well, there we go.
But you can get extra dice from assistance and one of the other two.
Okay. So I'll take them both as dice because we've been rolling ones and twos. So let's see what that looks like.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll refresh. That looks like 22252.
Oh my god!
The 5
Yeah.
looks okay.
But you get the 5. You're undesperate, so you do it with a consequence: severe harm, a serious complication, or reduced effect. Yeah, they don't just shoot the swoop bike; they hit Bade as well.
Mhm.
So you're going to
I'll
take.
protect. I'm resisting that. Bodyguard.
Oh, is that protect?
Yeah, I'll be protecting a teammate. There's no way I'm
Yep.
letting Bade get hit. So I'll protect a teammate. And I'll be using prowess, so that's 5, and then the smuggler thing makes it 6 dice. They'll all be terrible because that's how we're playing today.
Yeah, but you also get to clear one stress because you're protecting Bade.
Oh, that's right.
Bade is the heart of the crew. So
That's right.
So crazy. I will remove that stress right there and down to 4 again. Not my teamy. And I'll go ahead and refresh dice because that's the only way to
And
get
there's a
dice to
6.
show up. There's a 6, but not 2 6s. Darn you, stingy dice.
Yeah.
It's weird. So the dice roller, I don't see your results until I refresh as well.
Mhm.
Right.
And you used to see like all the numbers added together beneath the total. And now I just see that, and I don't see that anymore. It's like maybe they're doing
Yeah.
maintenance on it or something.
It's on top is the total.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah.
Maybe they've done some update, and it's not quite.
Well, I hit up the John to let him know what's going on.
Yeah.
He'll
It's
let
the
me-
same thing. It's acting the same way it does when I have the VPN on. Like it loses, but I guess it doesn't lose contact all the time. Yeah. Anyway, so Bade, you gun the engine. The Stormies start firing. Etema's shooting back, and like you're sitting behind Bade, so you see a shot, or you see one of the Stormies aiming for her. You like pull Bade to the side, shoot the Stormy, and you get out of there. And then you're just flying fast for the Rend. I don't think we need an extra roll for that. You're on a swoop bike, you were already in north side, you'd just be going through the factory, which is fine, and the reclamation zone. So I think you can make it back to the ship with it. Cool. We have about 20 minutes left. Is there some scene you want to play out before we go into the aftermath, the mechanical aftermath of the job?
What about
Well,
Boko's
just-
arrest, right?
Yeah, I'd
Oh,
like to see
right.
Boko's
Sorry.
arrest. I want to
Yeah,
see
yeah,
that. I want to see it. I wanna see-
I think we should do that after we do the heat and stuff to see just how badly that goes. But we'll have that as a stinger at the end.
Okay.
That's-
Well, then
that's-
if we still got a little space, I'd love for Etema to talk to Bade. We got back to the ship, yeah. So maybe we're on the ship. Maybe yeah, that sounds fun.
And Val is there, right?
Yeah,
True.
yeah.
Oh man, I almost want to save it for when, but then you won't be there next week. So
Yeah.
gotta have the scene now. All right. Etema will kind of take Bade's, like hold Bade's wrist. It's not a forceful thing, it's more of a like, hey, come this way. And she'll try to drag Bade towards her quarters and then reach in, grab like a back to patch and say, here, put this on my back. Still hurts.
So I think as you lead Bade there, you grab a hold of her wrist, and Bade, gets pulled along and then rips her hand out of your grip but follows you, right? Like, I'm not
Of
a
course, you're
child,
fussy.
right?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. And we can get there, and it was like, here, put this on my back. And I think I probably take extra care, right? This is, Edema doesn't see it, but the camera sees, like, making sure that I get the wound completely covered and, all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
And Edema's like, she peels off her shirt, tosses it carelessly somewhere, slumps down on the bed, and as you're applying the weird back to patch and being careful, she says, I saw her.
Yeah, I saw a bunch of people too.
Her name's Kipe. It's my mom.
The one in the bakery?
No,
Oh.
not Gimmick. But Viru, she knew who my mom was. I told the story about how my mom had given me up, hoping to have a better life for me, and she'd heard it, the story. And while you were gone, I went to see her. I met her. I found out what my real name is and everything.
And I think Bade kind of pats you on the back really awkwardly and is like, your real name's Etema.
That's the name I'll go by. But
It might
not
not be your given name, but you've earned Etema. And then kind of sits up and was like, well, what was she like? Was she what you expected?
I've had so many different versions of my mom in my head. She was sad. But now I know who she is and we can make it better. I had to blow 2 creds because you spent so long talking, but we'll earn more creds. Now I can try to give her a better life,
What did she give to you? I mean,
Me? Well,
yeah.
She sold me to Arasha. She had to. She didn't have enough for everybody, and I was the smallest. I'm sure Arasha told her that I'd have a good life. Probably didn't tell her that I was going to end up being. But it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like everyone has to earn their take, right? And it seems like you're just giving your heart away to this woman you just met. How sure are you that she's your mom?
Do you know your mom?
No. And I don't care.
I just knew.
Okay. Just be careful.
I'm not very good at careful.
Well, maybe it's time to learn.
Oh, I guess. Got to stick around. Listen, I wouldn't be around if it weren't for you. Thanks. It meant a lot.
Yeah, well, you would have done it for me.
Of course. Actually, I did it earlier.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I guess maybe we're even, but not to me.
I think whenever we're in a group like this, I don't know that we keep score. I think we just do. And if you're good with that, I think
Yeah.
Bade gets
No.
up and walks out. We just do. Are you good with that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I think
I wanted to
Edema
make sure there
almost
wasn't
had-
anything else.
No,
you
I
wanted
like
in the
that
scene.
as an end. Like Edema almost had a response, but she hesitates, and then you're just like, you're out.
Yeah.
Nice. So let's do the mechanical bits after the job. You get your payoff. So if you kept the operation completely quiet, you don't get any rep. I don't think you kept this completely quiet, so you're going to get some rep.
Yeah.
So it's 2 rep plus 1 per tier higher than you the target is. I think technically the target here is like the customs authority, because you were doing the smuggling, and their tier is 3, so you get 3 rep, which is enough that you can advance. Just like in,
Oh my gosh. We're actually going to advance.
yeah.
I don't know that we have enough credits left.
Yeah, we got to burn through our
You're
credits
going
there.
you're going to get paid now as well.
Oh, snap. That's right. We actually finished the job. Remember what this feels like?
Yeah. Let me see. This wasn't one that was there. I think this is standard score, like setting up a transport of this kind. So that's 6 creds. You don't need to pay anyone off. So you get 6 creds total. There's no
Nice.
room in the vault, so you'll have to split it up between you. But
Well,
soon
we can
Well, it's
each
immediately
take
gonna
3
pour
until
into-
we can each take 3 until Boko comes back, and
Yeah.
then we'll hand him his 2.
Just go ahead and mark the 2 now, Mark, because I won't remember.
Oh, yeah.
So heat. Yeah, I think this has to be. It's at least 4, at least loud and chaotic, high exposure. I think I want to put it at 5, because you were flying the ship. You had a shootout. Oh, actually, let's keep it at 4. Let's keep it at 4. Yeah. Target is high profile or well connected. Not really. Action did happen on hostile turf. So that's 5. You're not at war. Killing was involved. Yeah. And you did not have the opportunity to to like hide the bodies and that sort of thing, which was what we settled on for your ability. So that's 7 heat plus 1 for the Ratataki who filmed you last time or took pictures, and 1 for the Devil's Bargain this time. So that's 9 heat, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's exactly putting you at wanted level 1 on 13-14, because all of this happened on 13-14. So all of the heat is there. Yeah. Entanglements. So I will roll 1 die, but you're at heat 0. So that's good, I guess. One die. Oh, I should have rolled my physical dice. 2. So that is gang trouble or the usual suspect. I think the usual suspects. Yeah. They are going to pick up Gimmick. Because they will be led back to the ship was spotted near the Ratataki Enclave.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, quick question. Can we math out if I've got enough creds to pay off the imps?
Sure. Absolutely.
Because if so, she will. Like, Etema will go broke.
Yeah.
Trying to keep that from happening, but she won't screw over the crew.
So advancing your tier costs your new tier times 8, which is 24, but it's halved because you have the patron, which is what this job was about setting up. So it costs 12. And I believe you have a total of 14 with Boko's share of the. So you can spend the cred on paying off the.
Cool. I'd like to do that if that's cool with everybody.
Yeah.
All right. So we pay off the right people and Gimmick just let go alive.
Yeah. So I think what happens is that they never actually arrest her. Like someone's going to lead the storm is there, but they show them to the wrong place, and there's no bakery here, and things get confused and muddled, and they never actually pick her up. Cool. So now we can cut to Boko getting arrested. So are you aiming for anyone in particular? Because there are stormtrooper patrols out looking for Bade and Etema.
Yeah, I think the intention was to hang out where the ship had landed and wait for folks to come investigate that, and then just like give me a phone call.
Yeah, you get punched to the face, and then you get questioned for a bit. Since wanted level had gone up to 1, you're going to be put away for a month or 2. But that means your wanted level is reduced by 1, so it drops back down to 0, and all your heat is removed. So if you just had 1 heat less, you wouldn't. They'd just have beat you up a bit, and then they'd have let you go. But now you're actually going to be incarcerated.
Cool.
So, but you have advanced. I think we'll count it as you have advanced your tier before you go in, because you roll your tier when you're incarcerated. So you get to roll 3 dice. And let me check. You didn't have the thing. Yeah, you get an extra die for incarceration rolls because you have guard payoff.
Oh yeah.
We're going to. We'll use the same prison. I mean, here they should probably put you in a separate prison on 13-14, but let's not do that. It's to. I think they extradite you to level 13-13. And yeah.
All right, let's see what we got. Roll.
5.
Fresh. Still refreshing.
I see 5251.
Yep, that looks right.
So at 5, you keep your head down and do your time without incident.
All right.
So since Bria, she's kind of set things up there, so you're protected. So she'll take care of you. Cool. We're just about at time, so let's do start. Oh, XP before we do stars and wishes, because otherwise we'll forget it. But you need to pay your 12 credits for advancing tier as well. So I'll assume you've used the 8 you have in the vault.
Yep. We just need to come up with 4 more. I'll drain out the one I have. So 3 between Boko and Bade.
All right.
And I've got 2.
I'll ditch one then. Yeah.
Oh, beautiful. Everything paid. You have 1 rep left, or yeah, 1 rep that rolls over. So now you're tier 3.
Tier 3.
Tier 3.
Crazy.
And broke.
And
So
very
broke.
broke. Yeah. But you still get XP even though you're broke. So you did execute a successful contraband sources, I think this is operation. So that's 1 XP. You did contend with challenges above your station. I think you hit that one twice because you had both the smuggling thing and then on thing with the stormies. Did you bolster your crew's reputation or develop a new one? You're professional and loyal currently.
I feel like loyal.
So Boko came to help out and turned himself in to protect
yeah.
us.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's loyal.
That counts for loyal.
Think I'm kind of starting to think that you're not really viewed as professional anymore. You're kind of loud, kind of like high profile, daring, maybe.
Maybe daring.
I like daring.
Yeah.
Daring.
I think we'll
sounds good.
change professional to daring. But that gets you 2 XP. You worked on loyal and you're daring now. Did you express the goals, drives, inner conflict, or essential nature of the crew? I think Bade and Etema scene there at the end should count for that.
Yeah.
And I think actually, yeah. And I think Bade's comment to the Ratataki about you do for family also is the same kind of thing.
Yeah.
Folds into that. Yeah.
Yeah, that fills up your XP. So you can take an advance.
Smuggling compartments is what we talked about.
Yep.
Cool. Let's do that then. And then
I'll put more, open up some more vault slots for the next time around.
Yeah. So individual XP. Let's start with Boko.
Yeah.
Did you address a challenge with tracking or violence?
Take tracking for the navigation, I would say.
Yeah.
I don't think I did any violence though. Yeah.
No, probably not. But yeah, you should get one for tracking. Did you express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background?
I feel like I did some cop shit when I was getting picked up. Like I know the procedure. Like, let's just do this and try. Oh, okay, you're gonna punch me. That's great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
You should get one for that. And then did you struggle with issues from your vice or trauma?
I did do the paranoid thing on the way up.
That's true.
I got reckless as my trauma, so I don't think I got anything for that yet.
Cool.
Trauma has its own reward.
Yeah. So that's 3 total, I think.
Yeah, and that puts me over. I take focused. Awesome.
Oh, you have all the special abilities.
Almost.
Almost. Yeah, cool.
All right.
So Etema, did you address a challenge with violence or coercion?
Why, yes, I think I did. Coercion with trying to bribe folks. She addressed the challenge not successfully and trying to talk her way through consorting a few times. And then well, I'll save that one, but the gun it, let's kill more Stormies was probably a trauma thing there. More than
Yeah, I mean, coercion, I don't feel like you really like leaned on anyone.
Oh, that's
or-
true. Coercion's a lot more forceful, and I didn't do that.
Yeah, but definitely violent. So you definitely hit that one. I think you hit it once,
Okay,
like shooting some Stormies. You
sounds good.
hit it more last time. So did you express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background?
It was all
think-
about it.
Yeah, you're getting 2 for that one. That's just and did you struggle with issues from your vice or trauma?
I feel like at the end there, when given the opportunity of be safe or punch it, her screaming "Go, go, go" was pretty reckless.
Yeah, that's true. You should get 1 for that.
All right.
Cool. That's an advance for you as well.
Is and I advanced my insight with that last XP.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, Bay, did you address a challenge with theft or guile?
Well, I tried to steal a vehicle, but I don't think it worked.
Yeah, but you tried. I think that's enough.
Yeah.
And there was consequence from it. I mean, it cost. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Did you express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background?
I think I did a lot in the Ratataki bakery as well as in the scene with Etema at the end. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you should get both of those. And then, did you struggle with issues from your vice or trauma?
So my trauma is unstable, and I don't think so. Maybe gunning it, but I don't think that was really my decision. I think that was Etema, and I was just kind of following orders. So I don't think so.
Yeah, that sounds fair.
Yeah.
So that's 3 for you as well, I think.
Okay.
Cool. That's XP taken care of. So stars and wishes, but I think we can do that off camera. So bye everyone.